Now it's quite. You don't hear any music, right?
Yeah. You don't hear.
So quiet.
Yeah.
So nice. Yeah, some of you said it's cool queue area, and it's actually the old building for our 3D cinema that we used for the station and queue area. So after a couple of years, it wasn't so cool with 3D anymore. We built the 3D cinema in around, let's say, 2000. In around 2000, 2001, Maxima it was called, almost like an IMAX theater. It was just a little bit smaller. So it was original this analog projectors too. So it was really cool 3D effects, and then we replaced it for a modern digital one. It wasn't so cool anymore. It wasn't so big 3D effects, but then you had 3Ds in normal cinemas around the theater, so we couldn't have it here. It didn't make any sense at all. So when we were thinking building a new coaster, we thought that we already have like an area we can build a station for, so what can we do with it? Yeah, let's do a maze. So we made a maze, and that's what you walk through. And Imascore made an incredible job with the music there. So when you're standing in line, you really dig the music.
I think that's the masterpiece from Imascore.
Yeah,
the music, and I can say
they actually released it, so you can download it.
I have it on CD, and it's I hear it nearly every day in the car. It's it's a masterpiece. That's the word.
It's almost like the music from Europa Park in the Globe, and that was also a good. I don't think it's Imascore, but it's good music as well. There's a lot of enthusiasts who come here and say, "Oh, it's Helix! I heard the music before I rode the coaster."
Yeah.
We wanted a new coaster, so where can we put it? And said, we have more room on the mountain. Let's put it there. So we checked with different manufacturers. We checked with B&M. We checked with Intamin. We checked with Geschlauer and Mack and so. And Blue Fire was built in 2009 or so. So we had some people that were going there and said, "Wow, this is such a cool ride, and the seats are amazing." So we chose Mack, and we wanted a mega coaster. So they designed a 84 meters high coaster that were like where the Flume ride is. That was the big flight, and they just go down, up, and on this side on the mountain and then back. So it was almost the same 100 meters, 1,300 meters or so. But the ride itself was a little bit shorter because you needed so much of the lift hill. It looks so cool. And when Andreas began as a new CEO for Liseberg, he got the blueprints and the contracts and everything. And he looked at it and said, "I can't sign this. It's something wrong. It doesn't feel right." Because when you saw it, it looked like you had a big coaster and a small park beneath it. So it was a great coaster, but not the best coaster choice for Liseberg. So we scratched that concept and told Mack, we want it close to the ground, we want it fast, and we want some inversions. And we want also launches. So they built this in blueprints multi-launch, and Helix did have some differences in their design before we chose this concept we have now. But the general thing was that we begin from this station here and use the mountain for it. So originally Helix was planned for 2013, but because of the scrap of the original model, it became 2014 instead. But we are really happy that we choose to scrap that, because this design has really become well for us. I mean, we have kids that are just 130, they can ride it. It's fast, you're upside down, and it's a long ride. And because you don't have any lift hill and so, you can use more of the track for a ride experience instead of just a waiting experience. The new thing we see on the trains is now the seat belts.
Yeah.
So why do we have seat belts? Well, as you know, Swedish people are really a big fan of safety. So it's nothing wrong to add another safety belt if you can. So the main thing we have here is guests that complains that they don't feel safe because there are no seat belts. So we added the seat belts to make the guests happy. So what have we added then? Well, we have added some more seconds for the loading. That means that we have lost some of the capacity. So we will see if we find another solution of another belt or so to reduce it, or if the guests are more like getting used to it, so they're more faster to sit and fix the belts and so. So we will see, but it will remain the rest of the year here in this concept that we have now. But the belts are from Mack itself, so I think it will be on other Mack as well. It's a quite safe, it's a really safe safety system here, because you have like on each side here you have hydraulic lockers, and the computer checks them every time the coaster comes into the station. So if something goes wrong with one locker during the ride, we have the other locking mechanism here that keeps it. And then of course now we also have the extra belt that will keep you in the seat. And the same concept here as Valkyria, with small white wheels on the side, so the big wheels are free under here. So Fredrik and the others mechanics here can change them really fast.
Yeah.
If you compare with other controllables, you actually control everything with those small sticks here instead of pushing buttons. So it's really ergonomic for the people that sit here and operate. So you can just lean back and use the sticks. And then if there's something wrong or so, they use the screens on the control panel. And then we have some cameras over both the queue area and the track, of course. And if we got any failure, the train will stop at some of the launches, because they are not just launches, they are also magnetic brakes.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.